You go out to look at your roses of a morning, and the buds are chewed ragged, the leaves are full of holes, and when you turn one over, the underside is crawling. Something's eating your roses, and the whole bush looks tired and sorry for itself. So most folks march down to the store and buy the strongest chemical they can find, and spray it all over a flower they grow for the beauty of it. I want you to stop and think about this for a second, because you needn't do that at all. Everything you need to protect your roses is sitting in your kitchen right now. Garlic powder, cinnamon, a little vinegar, a spoon of oil, and a bit of mild soap. Mixed right, those few pennies worth of ordinary things will clear the pests off your roses without a drop of chemical poison anywhere near them. Let me tell you who I am. My name is Jacob Miller. I'm an Amish farmer out in the Holmes County settlement here in Ohio, and my wife is Rebecca. Handling pests with plain kitchen things instead of a bought poison is our way through and through. And I'll be honest with you about that title straight off, the way I always am. This doesn't work in seconds, and it doesn't wipe out every pest forever. If your bush is badly infested, you'll be spraying it daily until they're gone. That's what it honestly takes. But it does work. It costs almost nothing, and it puts no poison on a flower you'll be leaning in to smell. Let me show you. Before we get into it, if you like learning the old ways of doing things, do two small things for me. Tap that like button down there. It helps this little channel more than you'd ever guess. And subscribe so you can keep learning right alongside Rebecca and me. That's all I'll ask. Now, let's clear those pests. Here's how it'll go. First, knowing what's eating your roses, then brewing the garlic and cinnamon, then mixing the second part, then combining them, then how to spray, and where, which is the most important of all, then when to spray. And last, an honest word about the good bugs. Number 1, know what's eating your roses. Before you mix a thing, go and look for different pests, leave different signs. Aphids, scale, and mites hide on the undersides of the leaves and suck the sap right out of the plant. You'll see leaves curling and growth slowing. Leaf-eating caterpillars cling to the young shoots, chew ragged holes in the leaves and damage the buds. Those holes cut down the plant's ability to make energy from light, which weakens it and stops it flowering. Beetles are the worst for the blooms. They hide down inside the buds and eat them out, leaving the roses deformed. Craftier still are the leaf-rolling caterpillars, which spin silk to fold a leaf into a nest, hide inside it, and feed there, rotting the shoots so they stop growing. And don't overlook snails and slugs, the night visitors that chew the young shoots and flower buds and leave slimy trails behind that can bring on fungal infection. Look under the leaves, in the buds, and along the new shoots, and now you know what you're fighting. Number 2, brew the garlic and cinnamon. Now the first half of the formula. Take about a quart of water, tap water or clean water, either does fine. Into it, stir a teaspoon of garlic powder. Garlic has antibacterial properties and repels insects very effectively. Then add a teaspoon of ground cinnamon, which helps hold back fungal disease and strengthens the plant's resistance to pests. Stir it well, and you'll see the water darken a shade. That's your sign the active compounds have dissolved into the water and it's doing its work. Then take a clean cloth and strain the mixture into another container. The grounds stay behind in the cloth, and you keep only the clear liquid. That straining matters. Undissolved powder will only clog your sprayer and sit uselessly on the leaves. Number 3, mix the second part. In a second container, put another quart of clean water and add 3 things. First, about a quarter cup of white vinegar, which breaks down the protective coating on the insects' bodies. That's what makes them vulnerable. Then, a tablespoon of cooking oil, which helps the solution cling and stick to the leaves and stems instead of running straight off. And last, a couple tablespoons of mild soap, which emulsifies the mixture. That is, it makes the oil and water actually blend instead of separating, so the solution spreads evenly over every surface and works far better. Now, one word from me here. Use plain, mild soap, not a modern detergent full of degreasers and bleach, for the harsh ones will burn a rose leaf as readily as they trouble the bug. Stir it well so everything dissolves completely. Number 4. Combine them. Now pour your strained garlic and cinnamon liquid into the vinegar, oil, and soap mixture and stir gently so all the active compounds blend together evenly. What you've got now is one strong, even, natural plant protection solution. The garlic and cinnamon repelling and protecting, the vinegar breaking down the pest's defenses, the oil making it stick, and the soap carrying it evenly over every leaf. Pour it into a spray bottle and choose one that gives a fine mist, for a fine mist penetrates and covers the foliage evenly and reaches precisely where the pests are hiding. Number 5. Spray it right, under the leaves. And this is the most important of all. Here is the step that decides whether this works at all, and it's where most folks go wrong. When you spray, cover the whole canopy evenly, but pay special attention to the undersides of the leaves and the leaf axils, where the leaf joins the stem. Those are the main hiding places for aphids and mites and their kin. This is why so many people spray a bush all over the top, see no improvement, and conclude the recipe doesn't work. The pests were never on top. They were underneath, safe and dry, while the spray ran off the upper surface above them. So get in under there. Tip the sprayer up, work from below, and wet the undersides of the leaves and the joints properly. Spraying well in those areas is what clears the infestation at its source. Cover the top, yes, but the underside is where the battle is actually won. Number 6. Spray at the right time. Now, timing matters nearly as much as aim. The best time to spray is late afternoon or early morning when the air is calm. Calm air means your fine mist lands on the plant instead of drifting away on the breeze. And here's the rule you mustn't bend. Never spray in direct, strong sunlight. Wet leaves under a hot sun will scorch, and the oil and soap make that worse. And besides, the active compounds work better out of the harsh sun. So, cool of the morning or the end of the day. And if your bush is badly infested, spray daily until the pests are gone. That's the honest work of it. Not one spray, but a steady hand over several days. Number 7, an honest word about the good bugs. Now let me add something the recipe doesn't say, and it matters. This spray does not know a friend from an enemy. Soap and oil work by smothering and breaking down soft-bodied insects, and a ladybug, a lacewing, or a honeybee caught in that mist suffers just the same as an aphid. So 2 rules of my own, and I'd not have you skip them. First, never spray a bush that's in open bloom with the bees working it, and never spray directly onto open flowers. Wait until evening when the bees have settled and keep the mist off the blooms. Second, use this as a remedy when you have a real infestation, not as a routine you spray every week just in case. Your ladybugs and lacewings eat aphids by the hundred for free, and a garden that's constantly sprayed loses that free army. Treat the outbreak, then stop, and let the good bugs take over again. And one more small caution from me. Whenever you try a new spray, test it on a leaf or 2 first, and wait a day before doing the whole bush. Roses vary, and it's better to learn that on one leaf than on the lot. Now here's where it all comes together. First look and learn what's actually eating your roses. Stir a teaspoon each of garlic powder and cinnamon into a quart of water and strain it clean through a cloth. In a second quart of water, mix a 1/4 cup of vinegar, a tablespoon of oil, and a couple tablespoons of mild soap. Combine the 2 and pour it into a fine mist sprayer. Then spray the whole canopy. And above all, the undersides of the leaves and the leaf joints where the pests actually live. Do it in the calm of early morning or late afternoon, never in strong sun, daily if the infestation is bad, and keep it off the open blooms and the bees, and stop once the trouble's over. And here's what that gives you. Roses coming back clean and whole, buds that open properly instead of chewed to ruin, leaves without holes, growth picking up again, and all of it done with a few spoonfuls of things from your own kitchen, and you can walk into your rose bed and lean in and smell a bloom and know there's nothing on it that you wouldn't want on your hands. Now let me tell you why so few folks know this. There's no money in a spoon of garlic powder. There's a fine trade in bottles of chemical pesticide sold to you every season, forever. and no profit at all in telling you that garlic, cinnamon, vinegar, oil, and a bit of soap will do the same job for pennies. So the old kitchen remedies quietly disappeared from the shelf of things folks know, and a whole country learned to solve every garden problem with a bottle bought at the store. So let me be straight with you about the title, the way I always am. In seconds, no, and I told you so at the start. This takes daily spraying on a bad infestation, and patience. Eliminate, it clears them off, but nothing keeps a garden permanently free of pests, and any man who says otherwise is selling you something. What's honest is this: it's cheap, it's simple, it works when you spray it right and spray it under the leaves, and it puts no chemical poison on a flower you grow for its beauty. And the forgotten Amish way, the habit of reaching into the kitchen instead of the store, is truly ours and truly old and truly forgotten by most. So here's what I'd have you do this week. Go out this evening and turn over a few leaves on your worst rose bush and see for yourself what's living under there. Then mix one batch of this. It'll take you 5 minutes, and spray it in the cool of the evening, working from underneath, and keep it off the open blooms. Then do it again the next evening and the next until they're gone, and bring the little ones in on it. Let them help measure the garlic and cinnamon and stir it up, and let them turn the leaves over and hunt for the pests. Children are wonderful at spotting what grown folks walk right past. What they'll learn is worth more than the roses, that you look closely before you act, that you use the gentlest thing that works, and that a garden is something you tend rather than something you spray. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Tell me down in the comments, what's the pest that plagues your roses most, and what have you used against it? Share it down there with the rest of us. Those old ways slip away when nobody passes them on, and I read every one. Tend them gently. Keep the poison out, waste nothing, and grow more than you need, so you can share the beauty with the people you love.